A nostalgic Hangout game is probably one of the most insane and epic Roblox games ever made. Following in the footsteps of Jim's computer and a stereotypical obby, this game uses the old Roblox style, at least initially, to trick the player into thinking that the game is perfectly normal and totally not scary at all. However, just like the aforementioned two games, things gradually take a dark turn into slow-burn horror, and then things quickly take a massive nosedive into conspiracies, the destruction of the Roblox multiverse, and the dangers of toxic nostalgia. This game has a story that is not one, not two, but 3 layers deep, and despite all of that, it's getting a sequel very, very soon. So in this video, I want to try and quickly explain to you what the heck is going on in this thing, to try and prepare you for what might go down in this elusive sequel game. So strap on in, friends, and be sure to like and subscribe, as we are getting on the road to 15k subs. And also, be sure to comment down below for any future Roblox games that you'd want me to cover in a video. And without further ado, let's dive into the dark lore of a nostalgic Hangout game. Before we get into the theories, I think it's important that we cover the basics of the story and lore for now. The player is a noob character who awakens on the date of December 11th, 2012. Here, they go about their daily wanderings and talk to their friend, the Postman, where we learn that the player has been friends with the Postman since the year 2010. The Postman warns us not to go outside due to the presence of wolves, and then takes off. The player then returns inside and goes to sleep. In the late hours of the night, however, some strange noise awakens our protagonist. We see the sign on the front door ask us if we want to leave, changing from the previous warning about going out after dark. The player leaves the house to investigate, only to find what appears to be a metal beam with a light and camera attached to it, sitting in the dirt just outside their house. There's a glitchy thing all around it. Suddenly, as they get closer, the screen completely glitches out, and we hear a strange voice tell us hello. Little does the player know at this point that the entity has just arrived. The game cuts to black, and the day, December 11th, 2012, repeats itself. The player wakes up inside their home as if the last night's events had never happened. As they wander around the inside and outside of their house, they eventually stumble upon a camera hidden inside one of their trees. Suddenly, the music shifts down a pitch. The player turns around, and there, standing on the windowsill of the house, is a black humanoid figure. It stares at the player but disappears upon entering the house. The creature leaves an arrow on the ground pointing to the TV. The player follows the instructions and removes the front of the TV, only to reveal a recording device built into the player's TV. Soon after this reveal, the postman arrives and tells us the exact same thing as before, and then the player goes back to sleep. During the second night, the player is awoken by the sound of a radio. It manifests itself too, and just like that, the night ends. By the beginning of day 3, notes are posted on the player's mirror saying that so many others do the same, and meet me here tonight. In the mirror, we can see ourselves, or another version of ourselves, standing still in the mirror. The postman visits us once again. However, this time he reveals that he has reported us to some sort of higher power, and that they are coming to, quote, reset the server. He is suddenly killed by the creature, who then prompts us to run back into the house. The creature locks us up inside the house as the higher beings arrive. Here's what they say.
Player, you have broken ROBLOX code 217. The metaverse and the RIS is in stable due to unknown activity and experience 48160444149. Please turn your survey as we approach your designated house or workspace.
It turns out they are members of the RIS, or Roblox In-Between Society, which is a group that I'll get into in a little bit. But essentially what you need to know for now is that they are tasked with keeping the Roblox multiverse, or the metaverse, free of anomalies. The entity kills them before they can reset the server, which allows us to escape the experience and travel deeper into the metaverse. The second half of this game picks up in the RIS HQ, where we play as a different character, who is later revealed to be seemingly mind-controlled by the entity into freeing it. After traveling through the base, and eventually making it to the Anomaly's holding cell, we finally learn its name, the metaversal threat, Smile. Smile is based off of the old Roblox myth from 2011 to 2013. Smile goes on a long spiel about how Roblox and the internet as a whole used to be a perfect and simple place, before people abused its limitless potential. Smile thought to enlighten the users of Roblox, and lead them to him by creating the Roblox myths that we all know and love, in the hopes that he could, well, we'll get to that later. It's not very clear, but we'll get to that later. The RIS, however, stopped every attempt he made. Now that the player has freed them, he plans to wipe Roblox clean forever and start things over again. He even claims that once he's done with Roblox, he'll wipe out the rest of the internet. The last thing we see of Smile is him creating a massive energy explosion and the player being sent to Crossroads, perhaps implying that whatever Smile did worked to some capacity. So yeah, that was a lot, I know. So without any more jargon, let's get into the theories that I have, because boy, there's a lot to be said. Let's start by putting these three parts of the story in chronological order, because I don't think the way we play through the game is in the order of things that actually happened. I believe that the portion inside the RIS facility happened first. It seems that the Smile had been kept there for years, and I have the proof to back this up. See, the Smile, like I said earlier, is based off of an old Roblox myth from the 2010 to 2013 era of Roblox, which is coincidentally the same time period that the first part of the game takes place in. In the Roblox myth, Smile has the ability to possess others and force them to do his bidding telepathically, which explains why the person in part 2 of the game freed Smile in the first place. During Smile's long speech at the end of the game, we learn about his motivations. Smile was, just like in the myth, around during the classic times of Roblox. He says he's been watching Roblox slowly squander its existence as it transformed into a metaverse. He plans on destroying the entire metaverse and making everything reset back to the old days of Roblox. However, to achieve this, he needed to control hosts, which is what I was talking about earlier. So he created all the Roblox myths we know of, in order to lead all players closer to him. However, the Roblox in-between society stopped him at every turn. However, we fell for his mind control trap, and now he's free. He tells us that once he's done with Roblox, he'll remake the whole internet. We don't really know what that entails, but it's definitely not something good. Before destroying the facility and sending us flying back to Crossroads, which I believe signifies that whatever he did worked. I think this is when the first half of the game takes place, seemingly after the reset, which explains the old Roblox style. It shows Smile traveling to yet another place, at least as the notes say, so many people have done this before, which means that he's been hopping from universe to universe, or metaverse to metaverse. The postman, it seems, was a secret confidant of the remains of the RIS, and in fact I think the entire house thing was a trap made to try and trap and reset Smile, considering there were cameras watching us, and not just us, the entire house the whole time. Obviously this plan failed and the postman and the IRS are killed, but yeah. The player is fully trusting of Smile and escapes into some other unknown part of the metaverse. So what does this mean for the sequel game coming out soon? Well, I think that in the next game, we will play as the noob from the first part of the game, traveling through the metaverse and slowly learning Smile's true goals. Smile likely has thousands of other brainwashed players who are potentially after us, just to make the player join the Smile cult. I think at the end of this game, the player will have to make a choice between the RIS and Smile. What's most interesting about this game, at least to me, is the fact that it's unclear who the real bad guy is in this situation. Both the RIS and the Smile have noble and selfish reasons for wanting to stop the other, and the player is just caught in the middle of their endless fighting. But who will win in the end? Only time will tell. But anyways, that's all I got for this video. If you enjoyed, please be sure to like and subscribe, and comment down below for the algorithm. Also, consider subscribing. We are approaching 15,000 subscribers at a pretty rapid pace, and that's really, really awesome, I think. But anyways, yeah, see you guys next time. Bye.
Why, it looks like you're pregnant.
Yes, 8 months.
Well, not anymore.